I want to share with you something that's so powerful and so controversial. Never try it at an Agudah convention. Rav Gamliel Rabinovich, of course, is one of the Rosh Yeshiva Shar Shamayim, great Makubal, but also one of the great mashpiyim on young people today. I want to share with you an insight from Rav Gamliel Rabinovich that is so powerful, so controversial, that in the new printing of Rav Gamliel Rabinovich, they took out half of it. So I'm going to say both halves, and we're going to edit out the second half. A Pashita Rashi in the Chumash. Says Rav Gamliel, what we ask our children to do today, imagine what we ask them. We say, Yankel, close your eyes to the temptation of this world and everything it has to offer, and dedicate yourselves to a life of Kedusha and a life of Tahara. You know what that's like? We're asking him to do the Akedah. We're asking her to do the Akedah. To give up Olam Hazeh in 2022. To close your eyes to the allure, to the temptation of Olam Hazeh, and to dedicate yourself, Rubai Kekulai, to Torah mitzvahs. It's an Akedah. So how did Avraham get Yitzchak to do the Akedah? Let's study that. Says Ribono Shel Olam achar hadvarim ha'ela v'Elokim nisa es Avraham v'yomer elav Avraham. What did Avraham say? Vayomer hineni. Let's get it. Let's do it. Ready. Says Rashi, what does it mean? Hineni lashain anava v'lashain ziman. Humility and preparedness. Hafla v'fele. Avraham and Yitzchak are walking to the Akedah. And Yitzchak turns to Avraham. And obviously Avraham was Syrian. So Yitzchak said, Daddy. It's okay, my kids also call me Daddy. So Yitzchak says, Avi. And what does Avraham say to his son? Hineni. Let's do this. 1 second. Hineni is what Avraham said to the Melech Malchei Hamlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the Almighty. Lashon Anivos. Why is Avraham saying the same word to Yitzchak? Says Rav Gamliel Rabinovich. From here we learn the same way you have to be machnia and speak ba'anivos to the Melech Malchei Hamlochim. If you want your kid to be able to pass the challenges of life, you must speak to your kid with respect and humility. The same way you talk to God. And if anyone but Rashi would say it, anyone but Rav Gamliel, you would say, what are they talking about? Says Rav Gamliel, you want to raise a Yitzchak. You want your kid to pass the Akedah. Then your kid has to know that you value them, and you respect them, and you honor them, and you're machniah to a sense to them. And in the earlier printings of Rav Gamliel Rabinovich, he brings, and when I read this, I thought it was, how could you say such a thing? And I saw in the new printings they took it out, so make believe I didn't say it. Rav Gamliel said that his mother said, I would never say this. I would never say this, especially at an Agudah convention. But Rav Gamliel writes that his mother would say, if the Torah was given today, it would say, Kabed es bincha v'es bitecha. And then they took it out in the next edition. Says Rav Gamliel, you know how Avraham was zoicha to have a Yitzchak? Because Avraham didn't say, go there, do this. Because Avraham spoke to his son, B'lashain Anivos. Writes the Chafetz Chaim's son, if anybody would have seen me and my father, they wouldn't have known we're father and son. They would have thought we were brothers. By the way, the Chidah writes it beferish on Rashi in this week's Parsha. Yaakov Avinu is running away from Lavan. So the pasuk says, after Lavan catches off, Vayikra Yaakov le'achiv. Yaakov called his brothers. Says Rashi, his brothers? Yaakov doesn't have brothers. Says Rashi, banav. Says the Chidah, mikan lamadnu. Shematem roitzim shalom bebeschem. Treat your children not like your children, but like your brothers. The Chida was an Orthodox rabbi. Rashi, this is not new vogue chinuch. This is 1,000 years ago. By the way, Rav Shimon Schwab writes, what's an av? What's a father? Says Rashi, av lechaver. Rashi vayigash.